In the first part of this journey, we talked about social capital as the hidden currency of leadership. We explored the 5 people every leader needs in their corner: the sponsor, the mentor, the connector, the truth teller, and the peer, and how bonding, bridging, and linking relationships form a leadership safety net. That foundation matters because no matter how skilled, intelligent, or visionary you are, leadership is never a solo act. Relationships amplify your voice, extend your reach, and sustain you when pressure shows up. But once your social capital is in motion, there's a next step that determines whether influence actually translates into impact. It comes down to how you show up in the room. That's where voice, lane, and fit enter the picture. I introduced this framework in a room full of professionals navigating growth, transition, and ambition, and you could feel it immediately the moment people realized this wasn't abstract theory, it was a mirror, one they could hold up in real time. That same week, I found myself in a very different room, sitting alongside senior executives responsible for massive systems and complex decisions. The titles were different, the stakes were higher, but the principle was exactly the same. Whether you're early in your career or sitting in the C-suite, the clarity of how you activate your voice, your lane, and your fit determines your impact. Leadership situations change quickly. What doesn't change is the need to pause and ask yourself 3 critical questions, what I call the mirror test. Am I using my voice from conviction, not convenience? Am I operating in my lane where I create the most value? And does this environment actually fit my purpose and potential? Each question forces reflection. Together, they create alignment. Leaders who activate voice, lane, and fit don't just show up. They show up with clarity, with presence, with intention. Voice is about using your platform to advance ideas that matter, not just repeating what's safe or expected. It's the willingness to speak when silence would be easier, especially when the conversation needs courage. Lane is about focus. It's understanding your zone of genius and resisting the temptation to chase every opportunity that comes your way. Real leadership isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters most and bringing others in to complement your strengths. Fit is about honesty. It's recognizing when a role, a room, or an organization no longer aligns with your values, and having the courage to adjust, not for ego or title, but for purpose and long-term impact. Before your next major meeting or decision, pause for a moment and run the mirror test. Did I use my voice? Was I operating in my lane? And does this fit align with who I'm becoming? Choose one of those 3, voice, lane, or fit, and intentionally activate it this week. Because leaders aren't defined by titles, they're defined by how they show up. When your voice, lane, and fit are aligned, you stop reacting to change and you start leading through it. And in moments of uncertainty, clarity becomes your greatest advantage. Service matters, leadership matters, legacy matters. Keep leading with vision, keep building with excellence. And never forget, the stories you shape today will become the legacy others stand on tomorrow.